explainlikeimfive by eli5. How do captchas know the correct answer to things and beyond verification? What are their purpose? If you're looking at one of those picture grids where it wants you to do something like picking all the traffic lights, then you have 9 pictures to start with. There's at least one picture that it definitely knows has a traffic light. There's at least one picture that it definitely knows doesn't have a traffic light. Then there are up to 7 pictures that it isn't sure whether or not they have traffic lights. When you make your selection, the system is making sure you selected the positive control, making sure you didn't select the negative control, and assuming those are correct, it passes your captcha, and it also adds the data about the unknown pictures that you entered. Oh, this is a good explanation, thank you. Recently I had one where it asked to identify all the cabs. 2-3 of the images clearly had a cab, which I selected. One image had a yellow car that was not a cab. The captcha continued to fail until I selected the yellow car as well, even though it was clearly not a cab. I felt much worse about it than I probably should have, in providing wrong information. Are you sure that it's not a taxi? https://imgur.com/a/jj2vpki close bracket. Why did they stop being letters? Were algorithms developed that could defeat the letter captcha? Yeah. There's also software that can defeat the image ones. There's others like audio and problem solving as well. It's an arms race. I did mTurk for a while. One of the common things you got paid for was to do the pictures for the captcha. They would ask you to select the ones with cars or traffic lights or whatever. I'm relatively sure those captcha things don't actually use AI at all and just rely on you answering the tiles it knows are correct. The whole traffic light captcha being used to train AI cars is actually a myth, at least with respect to Google and Waymo. They have explicitly refuted the idea that they're using captcha data to train automated cars. I don't believe that, considering self-driving car tech is the #2 priority in the automotive industry right behind electric cars. If they weren't using that data to train AI, I would expect captcha to test me on something other than traffic lights and crosswalks. Captcha is not really selling an image recognition product. The whole purpose of a captcha is to stop automated inquiries while still allowing humans to navigate in a natural flow. It's not an IQ test either. The images you select, or puzzles you complete, simplifies it all. Captchas actually look at a lot more data. Captchas capture some mouse movements, keystrokes, last page visited, how you entered the website, your browser, attempts made, and some other super secret information. You see the puzzles because you have a monitor, but a computer doesn't actually need a monitor, or a display, to browse through the internet. A bot can successfully complete the captcha and still be denied entry to a website. Well, the AI is already pretty well trained for the captchas they are just refining rather than building from scratch. So, for example, maybe one of those images or words is confusing to the AI and that is the one getting trained but the others are all known. Regardless, they aren't actually verifying you based on your answers, they are tracking your mouse movements to make sure there is enough noise in the data to ensure you are human. That is what verifies you, not your answers. Most of the data in captchas have already been verified by humans in control runs. So that grid will have a reference in a database that essentially says correct panels. 1, 3, 5 inches. What you do as a human that helps AI train, is you contribute your results as error metrics. Even humans get this wrong, is a great help to AI, since it can then be taken in as a somewhat acceptable parameter. Let's say the answers are 1, 3, 5, and 7, but 95+% of humans only mark 1, 3, and 5. That now becomes a passing result for an AI as well, and they'll try to get 7 as well. But remember, humans also fail that particular piece, so if the AI misses it, it's not considered to be part of the error. With the 2-word ones that used to be more common before the select a picture ones, There was one easy to read word and one difficult to read word. The easy one was the control word, so you could just answer that one correctly and put whatever you wanted for the difficult one. There are a few types of Captcha, but I'm going to explain the modern and familiar one from your example, with the traffic lights. Imagine it's your job as a human to decide if I am a robot. We are in the same room. You have some pictures, some of which you know are correct, some of which you know are not, and some of which you don't know. You show me the pictures and I get the ones that are right. Don't choose the wrong ones and choose some of the unknown ones. Because I got the right ones right and didn't choose the wrong ones, I am pre-qualified. You now have to decide if you think I'm human based on when you watched me make the decisions. If I was made of shiny metal and stiff-armed and jerky, moving like C-3PO, you know I'm a robot. If I look pretty human but still am stiff, you might be suspicious as well. You then either let me go, or give me another chance. Aside from verification, when someone takes a Captcha, whether they cleared as being human, the choices they made, and how they behaved are all recorded. How they behaved is used to train the program that watches a person to see if they look like C-3PO. The answers to the traffic lights and other objects are collected as a datasets which are used to help further research into computer-based learning, as well as for AIs that are used to identify road-based features. Sometimes they don't know. I had one the other day kept rightly telling me to click all the buses. I had clicked all the buses. I triple checked. It still wouldn't let me progress. It definitely thought there was at least one more bus and I was a moron. There wasn't. I had to click the refresh to get different pictures. I now live in fear that one day I will be declared a robot by a robot with no right of appeal. An important thing about Captcha the top answer didn't cover. You are training artificial intelligence. The reason you are getting fire hydrants and bicycles in your Captcha grids is because you're training self-driving car software. Before that it was spelling out what words an image contained. Same thing, you were training image to text AI. They don't. They examine your mouse movement and response times to verify you aren't a robot. I thought the security benefit was to slow down a bot. Delaying a human by a few seconds is not a big deal. Bots using brute force need to try thousands, or more, logins to get the right one. Slowing the bots makes those attacks impractical. Deleted.